Assalamualaikum and hello to all my friends. My name is Muhammad Fadil bin Muhammad Asari. I am student from Bachelor of Management. So, in this video, I would like to share some info entitled e-learning versus face-to-face learning. Okay, let's begin with the definition of e-learning. So basically, here as we all know, e-learning is known as electronic learning that refers to any sort of online learning where they range from official university course to more casual learning opportunities given by corporations and other groups. E-learning can be a very convenient and flexible way to learn, as it allows learners to access material and complete activities at their own pace and in their own time. It can also be a very cost-effective way to learn, as there is no need to print or ship materials, and e-learning also offers the opportunity for learners to interact with others from around the world, which can be a great way to build relationships and networks. Okay, move on to face-to-face learning. Definition is described as the instructional approach of educating a group of people, learning material and course content. There is a live interaction between the teacher and the student in this style of learning. Students also learn from one another. This method is one of the oldest and most common way to teach around the world. In a face-to-face session, it's up to the learner to keep track of their own progress and show up on time for scheduled session. This kind of education helps students understand and remember what they learn. Next, the advantages of e-learning versus face-to-face learning. So, we go through one by one on advantage of e-learning first, then followed by face-to-face learning. First is e-learning can save our time, since it can be flexible and learner may finish their training more quickly and simply via e-learning. And it also can improve productivity and performance. Learner likes the flexibility of being able to engage in training at their leisure. They are more likely to feel driven to pursue their professional objective via e-learning, since it allows them to study at their own speed and from wherever they choose. Next is environment impact is reduced, since it provides an alternative to paper-based learning and contribute to a more ecologically friendly and sustainable workplace. Move on to advantages of face-to-face learning is: first thing first, improve your focus and attention. In a traditional classroom, it is much easier for teachers to keep order and enforce rules than in an online classroom. This helps students block out noise from outside and pay attention in class. Teachers can easily spot students who are forgetting with their phones or not paying attention in a face-to-face classroom. Improve understanding and practical value. Most teachers agree that kids learn best when they can do things with their hand and move around. This is true because students can share and talk about examples from the real world. With the extra 20 minutes, both students and teachers may be able to pay more attention to the material and feel less rushed to ask questions. Can interaction and networking among students. Students in multicultural classroom come from many different ethnic backgrounds. In-person course provide students the chance to meet and get to know international students who bring with them a wealth of knowledge about other countries and ways of life. So, for the disadvantages for e-learning, first is self-motivation required. Why I select that? Because to be effective with e-learning, we must have self-discipline, because the student is in complete control of their own growth. They will receive exactly what they put into it, thus do not provide practical training e-learning may supply the theoretical component of a training exercise, but it cannot give the practical training that is required in certain topic to achieve proficiency. Third one is the face-to-face aspect. Learning is missing because some people may be more likely to learn if they can talk to someone face-to-face, which is often missing from e-learning. Even if a student has online access to a real-life teacher, the social aspect is missing, which may make e-learning unsuitable for some students. For face-to-face learning disadvantages is limiting and repetitive instruction schedule are set up such that each day of physical education is 8 hours long. There is only so much time in the day, so the kids need to stick to a strict schedule to get everything done. Compared to online courses, where students spend 3 to 5 hours a day and then have a synchronized session, which can be flexible at times. This might be hard. Higher transportation costs nowadays. The cost of a daily trip has gone up by more than 50% since the year before the pandemic. Since this time last year, public transportation service have cut the number of people they can carry by half. This has had a direct effect on the price of ticket. Even though most businesses are back to normal today, it looks like it will take some time for price change to reflect to the new normal. Not flexible students in online classroom may pause a video or check their notes during class discussion without disrupting the flow of the lesson. However, engaging in class discussion in person might be scary and stressful for some students. As a conclusion, these are just a few of the pros and cons of e-learning versus face-to-face learning. Since the pandemic, online learning will keep growing at a very fast rate since more schools, organizations, and online students are using e-learning platform to preserve their learning, while face-to-face learning has been hard for both students and their parents and teachers because some people may have already gotten used to learning from afar. So that is all the advantages and disadvantages of e-learning and face-to-face learning. Hope this will be very beneficial for us. That's all from me. Thank you.